Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Why the Hell Not Podcast. So this weekend I asked somebody that doesn't really like country, and they said they love Why the Hell Not, or the song, and I asked them why. They're like, because it says why the hell not, why the hell not, why the hell not. I'm like, sounds good to me. So let's get into the episode and listen to the song Why the Hell Not. How about it?
I've got small town roots, raised in a tight-knit group, but the whole world was begging me to play. Took that leap of faith, it showed me a better place. Now here I am singing this to you. When you're scared to talk to him, when you're afraid to love again, when you don't want to chase that dream no more, when everything you want is not a damn thing that you got, say why the hell not, why the hell not, why the hell not.
Yeah, I was impressed. Like, we first asked a couple people, like a couple girls, what they think. What about dressing up, and they got all excited. I'm like, that's a good sign. Mm-hmm. And then everybody came through. What, like 50 people dressed to a dime?
I would say we had 40 to 50 people.
Yeah,
everyone. 90% of the people took it very seriously and dressed up very nicely.
So cheers to you guys for being fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's all I'm
awesome.
gonna say.
Very cool. Everyone had a great time. Posted on their social medias pictures of them after. It's like going to some fancy event.
Yeah, it's like the highlight of the way they end the year right. So I wish we could do New Year's Eve, but these motherfuckers will be gone. I'll probably be at a farmer's party with bull breeders, so we'll fucking see what happens.
Yeah, man. A lot of responsibility to have this. So I want to have some fun on New Year's. Can't always be handling the parties, you know.
It is, especially the party before this was. I was working till like 2:30. So, and Amos, you were working all night, probably, right?
All day and all night, dude. Stressed out.
In case you're wondering, we put a lot of work in. We love doing it. We love. This is the idea is to give. You know, we want to give people a chance to connect and get together, so we do it and love doing it, but just so you know, it's a lot of work, right?
Yes, sir.
So
that's for sure.
If anybody wants to help pitch in, let us know. We'll gladly help.
Yeah, greatly appreciated Jess and Andrew's help on this past Saturday. That came in clutch. That was awesome that they were able to help.
Yeah. But we had so I had my drummer scheduled, and at 7 o'clock Saturday night, he texted me and was like, "Oh, I can't make it. No really reason, like something with the kids or whatever. No real reason." I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man. So then I started text the guy, and he came through. Shout out Quincy. And we had drummer for a second band also canceled, so Quincy stepped in for two. Mm-hmm. So without that, I wouldn't have played without a drummer.
Yeah.
Tyler might have probably, but
he was a heavy metal drummer. He never doesn't listen to country, doesn't know country, and he came in and without knowing any songs and just picked it up right away. Yeah. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, man, I was super impressed. So, but yeah, I'd like to just talk about. I'd like to introduce you to the people a little bit. So let's talk about you a little. But you did do great job on DJ as well. So how'd that feel? First time just popping up and doing a DJ thing?
Yeah, man, we needed some entertainment at the end of the night. So I had a board for a while. I've been wanting to learn for a while. I just never took the time to do it. So I figured I would step up there and play some jams for the people. Didn't do much DJing. I just picked songs and played them, but it inspired me to learn how to use it and get into it. So it was a good first step, I think. So.
Love it. Why the hell not needs an official DJ?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's been something that I've dreamed about doing for many years. I just never took it seriously or did anything about it really.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now's the time to get into it. But yeah, it's fun. I think people enjoyed the songs I picked and stuff. So
Hell yeah, dude. But in case you didn't know, by Brett Young, I'm just kidding. We are brothers, and we used to live together, still do.
still do. Used to not, but now do.
So it's an on-off relationship, but here we go. So what's like your I yesterday I was driving through York County. I drove past the farm again, and
Oh, really?
and I actually drove in the field. I was like, fuck it. I just drove in the field out back, and I was thinking like, dude, this would be a great place to throw like a festival, because you know how in the house it's like a bowl, and
valley,
you probably have like 100,000 people on the hill, and they'd be parking off the back towards Enos's farm. You probably have a lot of festivals, so I want to buy the farm.
Oh, yeah,
So,
bro. Buy that shit.
Guys, send me some money if you want to support this mission. I want to buy the home farm back. But what was your what was some of your favorite memories from that? Well, by the way, that could be a Woodstock. That's why I'm thinking we could do a Woodstock, right? Just do buy the farm, do another Woodstock next year, right?
Do a yearly annual thing, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All we need is like $2 million. That's not that much.
That's a good place. A lot of
Yes.
neighbors around that might not like it though.
Oh, they won't mind.
Probably not.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that'd be cool, dude.
Jesse's might just have to go away for a day in Enos, but other than that, the other people would be
Go.
down.
Send them to Florida for a week.
Yeah, just pay for a hotel for
Hotel.
It'll be like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your obviously if you've been a follower of this podcast, you know that we grew up Amish. But what's your what's your memory of growing up? Like, what's one of your favorite memories of growing up on the farm? Like when you were like 5 or 6, or first memory maybe that you remember of.
Lots of working, milking cows, working the fields, but also a lot of good times. Like we grew up on a farm, like I said, not surrounded, but a good section of woods up on the hill. So, and a creek going through the property. So a lot of good times playing out in the woods, building cabins with the cousins, building teepees, finding acorns, chopping down trees, whatever. Well, y'all did. I don't know.
Dude, we had a creek literally started, a spring started in the middle of our meadow.
Right in our property. That was good stuff with a bunch of, what's that stuff called? The stuff you make salad with growing in there.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I do remember wiping my butt one time with some other things from there, and it got all itchy. So I had both things. Watercress.
There you go. It's good stuff.
Love watercress. Dang. I should go get some. But yeah, I was just driving around the field. I was like, fuck it, man. It's frozen right there. And drove down the field lane a little bit. It was dark, so nobody could see me.
How long were you out?
I mean, I came home around 8, so I was like 2 hours or something. Couple hours, yeah.
Cool.
5 to 8. I don't know. I always gotta go down there still.
Yeah,
Weird.
absolutely. But yeah, good times and bad times growing up on the farm. Definitely thankful that I did. Great experience. We're a lot of working, but also a lot of fun with the cousins and the brothers, and wood shop, animals, creek, woods, all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Kept ourselves entertained one way or another.
Yeah, no TV. We were Amish, horses, cows, no TV, nothing.
Lots of cats to play with.
Yeah.
Lots of brothers to play with.
You probably worked more than you played, though, didn't you? Or actually,
I mean,
you were younger, so you might have not.
I worked a lot, but still always time for play for me. I mean, not always, but yeah, like school, come home, milk, and then after that's done, you kind of. But like mostly, I guess weekends, Saturdays, or in the summertime when we didn't have school.
Dude,
Didn't always have to work in the summertime.
I always had to work Saturdays, bruh.
Yeah, but not all day.
All day. For the most part. I mean, actually, we did get breaks once in a while, but
Yeah,
yeah. You were spoiled too, so.
spoiled. Yeah,
Compared to
to
me.
you. I guess.
But no, I was jealous of Daniel and you.
Yeah, you
'cause
definitely.
You guys always
Sure, you
played.
had to work more. You were the first child. Dad needed all the help he could get.
That's right, on the farm, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you like drive? Were you old enough to drive, rake hay and plow, or like what did you do with the horses? Like, what was your
Like
thing?
my last year of being Amish, I was old enough to like drive the horses out, like doing some stuff like the Beiler. I remember I would drive the Beiler and you would be on the wagon yelling at me for not driving straight enough. And,
Oh, I do remember, dude.
and I would do like maybe raking and tedding and stuff like that.
See, how old were you? Like, you have to be 10 for that or something?
I was around 9-10 years old when I did that, yeah. It's crazy to think back now. It's Matthew, dude. Matthew would be out there
Yeah, he'd be going crookeder than crooked, son.
driving the horses, dude. That's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was like 7 or 8 when I started tedding or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right around that age. But, yeah, you get that responsibility quick, son.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
But, yeah, I feel like I was an adult by 15 or 16. So, now I'm trying to not be an adult.
Yeah, I feel like I never became an adult, but definitely feel like I've been working most of my life and being.
Yeah.
But there was a period when we left the Amish where I still worked, but not nearly as much because we were on the farm working for another people, and I didn't have to work much except for weekends.
Was that when we were not Amish?
Yeah, at Ken's farm. I did work, but not nearly as much because it was an errand farm and I wasn't an employee. So
Yeah, and that was, yeah.
we still had our own animals and stuff to take care of, but I still had more lazy time.
Did you have a cow, like, or an animal that somebody gave to you, that dad gave to you, a horse or cow? I don't remember my cow's name, but I got a cow.
I don't recall that I did, but it does ring a slight bell, so it's quite possible. I don't know.
I got a calf, and it was my favorite, and I swear animals had personalities. I just want to have a farm with horses and cows and shit, dude.
Was it a milking cow?
Yeah,
Grew up
it was a
in milk.
Holstein, and I was probably like 12 or so. It was like a year old, growing big, and
Nice.
it was almost ready to start milking when we sold it.
Oh, really?
So
Why'd you sell it?
we moved.
Oh, really? I see.
Moved off the farm, dog. Sold
Yeah.
that bitch.
Had an auction, made tons of money.
Dude, I bet, 800,000 we sold. I bet if I'd offer him $2 million, he would take it right now.
Yeah.
Dude, $2 million, let's raise that. Dude, how hard can $2 million be, bud? I
It's
don't
not
know.
that much. Seems like a small number to me.
We just gotta find somebody that's interested in doing a Woodstock that could give up money, but I prefer to do it myself so I can make up all the rules.
Yeah.
So if somebody wants to give $2 million and let me do whatever I want, other than that, I don't know.
Just pinky swear that you'll pay it back in 5 years.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, maybe if we would have had TikTok when we were kids, I would be able to afford it now. So,
Yeah, we should have We should have been the only Amish young plain kids with TikTok. We
Yeah.
could have been famous real quick.
yeah. Cool. I mean, yeah. Did you were you big into animals, or were you more into making stuff, or what were you into?
I liked baby animals and stuff, but I never was really that much into animals. Unless I just grew out of it from being around them too much, but I don't really like animals that much personally.
Is that right? I always felt accepted by animals.
Really?
Nobody else. I feel
see.
like.
I mean,
'Cause-
I didn't hate them. I like the horses are cool. The
Yeah.
cats were fun to play with. I mean, cats are gay and I hate them, but
Yeah, I do too, but I like them.
baby
at the same
cats,
time.
you know,
Yeah, baby
they
cats
can be
are cool
fun.
once they grow up.
Dogs,
it's
I like dogs. Back then, I didn't really appreciate them, but now looking back, like Trixie was a super cool dog, and
Yeah.
dogs are great.
Yeah, back when I was actually a kid, I didn't realize how much I thought I didn't
Yeah.
like them because I had to feed them. But I would spend my memories when I look back is me when I was supposed to be working, just hanging out
Yeah,
in the the little horse. What do you call them? Like, baby horses. I don't even freaking know. I should know.
Butchleys,
Hutchley and Amish, but I don't know.
fowl,
Foal.
wolf. Yeah. I don't know.
Foal maybe, whatever, but I know it in Amish, but not English. But
Baby
when they
horse.
were like 2 years old or something,
Mhm.
I'd just hang out with them, and they would like when I touch their nose and stuff. So
Yeah, baby horses were definitely my favorite because they were rare and super cute. But yeah, baby was always my favorite when we had any kind of baby animal, baby pigs, even a baby calf, which is fairly common, but still super
do you
cute.
remember Justin, the Morgan horse, breeding other horses?
Not really, honestly.
It was always a big. Dad didn't let us watch, and I always wanted to, so we were washing milkers, Elsie and I, and we would
I see.
peep out the window and watch him bang away, dude.
That's funny. I never remember that, but I do remember the bull getting in the barn one time in in the where the cows were to milk and trying to breed some cows, and I thought what he did was just pee on their back, and then they got pregnant because I wasn't sure what was going on. I just saw him get up there with a hard dick and try to do something. But
it was long too. I wish I could.
It was long and skinny.
Too skinny for me though. I like the horses better. They were
they had some big thickies on them, dog.
Dude, I liked some reason we were allowed to watch the bull, but one time when I was like 15 years old, cousin Junior, I think it was Junior and Ida Rose, not Ida Rose. Junior and Dorothy were hanging out with us in the fall ball. Yeah. And Junior was like, "This is what Mom and Dad do," and showed us how the bull does. And I'm like, no. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't still believe it till I was 18 or 19. But
yeah, I don't know how we never as kids connected the dots that animals are the same as people, but just it definitely was talked about amongst us boys. But
I do remember when I was a kid, like probably 10 or something. Remember when we slept in the tent out back when it was too cold because we didn't have AC in the house. So it was too hot in summer, and then we would sleep out back.
Fun times.
And it was us 4 boys, probably like Andrew, Amos, you, and Paul. Probably.
Or even on the trampoline sometimes.
Yeah. And then I said Andrew, Amos, you, and Paul. Me, Andrew, you, and
couple extra
Paul.
Amoses in there.
But so one time when I was sleeping in there, or I think Andrew and I were talking, we're like, what if Teacher Lydia would let her boyfriend piss in her pisser? I was like, dude, what the heck, man? I don't know where that brain comes from.
Like the
2
bull
pissers would piss in each other. So yeah, maybe that's what. Maybe so.
Who was Teacher Lydia's boyfriend?
I don't know. I just remember it was the greatest thing. One of our teachers had a boyfriend.
Really? Was that before my teacher was?
Probably. Yeah, that was when you were like 5.
I just had one teacher.
You were probably like 5 or something. That was the one before yours.
And then she got a boyfriend.
It was always secretive. Like, you don't say it.
He peed in her.
Yeah, he peed in her pisser. I was like, what the?
Then she got pregnant.
I don't know. I thought that might be it.
Yeah.
But, this is getting weird now. Wow, I was definitely going to hell, dude, for thinking those thoughts.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, so cool. Went off deep and quick.
Chill.
But yeah, I wanted to. What about? So how old were you when you left, and then did you like being Amish better than English, or what did you think?
I think 11 years old.
Dude, it's not bedtime yet, son.
Dude, I'm tired, bro. Didn't sleep.
What time did you get up?
4.
Didn't sleep much last night.
No, I did, but just the night before, couple hours.
I didn't either.
Adds up.
I couldn't sleep last night either, dog.
Really? I slept great last night. Like 7 hours.
Man.
Just typical, but
still,
that
required me to fuck up the ideas. So.
7 hours after a night of 3 hours isn't quite suitable, but
but
it works.
I'm tired, but I'm ready to not give a fuck. I'm ready to work anyway. But yeah, what do you think, Amish? What did you like about, or did you like in your mind? How do you like the transition from going Amish to English? Were you excited? Did you not want to do it? What was your thoughts on it?
I was definitely excited. I remember my first reaction when I overheard, Stevie Fishhouse and a ex-Amish couple that we knew about, and they came over to visit Mom and Dad one night, and I was up in my bedroom, and I overheard them talking about stuff, and I thought I heard the words about us leaving the Amish, and I was just very surprised and shocked because Dad was like the most plain never would have done that person.
Mm-hmm. Were you listening through the register?
I don't remember.
Or through the door? Nice.
Not sure. Just overheard some stuff, and then I remember my first thought was that I could ride a bike.
Yes.
Yeah, but then I felt ashamed to think that because I was programmed that riding bikes was sinful. So
going to hell, bud.
But no, I was definitely excited to transition and do all the bad things. Have a cell phone, and camera.
Yeah. Tell us about the experience with a cutout cell phone, dog, in school.
So then, after parents decided to leave, they got a couple cell phones, one for you, one for Mom, one for Andrew.
Greatest day ever.
4.
Up to that point.
And then I got one of the boxes, and I cut out the phone, and used it as my cell phone. It's the greatest thing to have a fake cell phone. And then I took it to school one day, and was showing some of my homies, like, look at this shit, dog. I got myself a cell phone.
Dude, that is bad.
Yep.
Bad.
And
Definitely
then
straight to hell.
Apparently, one of the other preacher's daughter's girls saw that I had it and thought it was real, so they told on me. And then the I guess the spanking spanking preacher came.
Was it their
The
was it his relative or
no? It was
what was the last name of him?
Simon Kinney.
Yeah, but who tattled the
Kinney, Levi King, Levi Schmucker. Sorry,
Schmucker. Yeah.
Schmucker. Levi
And they had the
Schmucker.
cute girls. Why'd they have the tattle dogs?
I don't know. I think that's who it was. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. Mary, one of my grades.
That's right.
She was cute.
I know.
But yeah, then Amadina came and visited Pops, and I didn't know about it till later. I don't think they didn't really care, but it was just funny that'll happen.
Dude, that's a serious thing in the school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. So, when did you get a bike? That was your thing. How soon did you get a bike?
So, a fun story. Jesse had some up at his house. Jesse lived right up the road, and he had some in the back. They were just chilling there. He didn't use them or anything, but then, like, as soon as Dad allowed me, I went up and got one and learned how to ride and started riding bikes. Good times, dude. Good times.
Wow. So you were not going to school and riding a bike. You were in heaven.
Yeah, I guess we stopped going to school. I'm not sure how I don't remember exactly how all that all went, but I definitely stopped going to school, and then Mom started homeschooling us, even though we didn't know what we were doing, but we figured it out eventually.
One thing before we go too far, did you have any goals or dreams when you were a kid, Amish little kid, that you wanted to do? Like, I always wanted to drive a tractor, and I, for some reason, wanted to be English when I was 21. And that was around 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And Mom always asked me when I would get married or whatever. I always like, I'm getting married at 30. I had no fucking clue why I said that. But probably because Jesse did, but still, it's just more of a joke. But, dude, I'm almost 30, and I'm like, my heart is saying it's time to get married. It's time to get married. So maybe 30 is the magic number. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't really remember. I remember I wanted to be a carpenter because that was the only option besides farming, and it seemed better than farming to me. And I remember I wanted to do that. But as far as crazy, unachievable dreams for an Amish, I don't remember that I had any. I might have, but I don't remember what they were. I just personally thought that if you were born Amish, you should stay Amish. I thought it was pretty bad to turn English.
I always, for some reason, Andrew and I were always working hauling manure and stuff, and I tried to act like a professor when I was hauling manure, and he always made fun of me or laughed. Like,
I see.
I would stumble around and pretend to be. Some reason I wanted to be a professor, a scientist, an inventor.
Yeah, because you read all the books.
Stuff.
You
Yeah,
read a lot of books about people like
yeah,
that.
I did. And when I read about an Amish guy that learned music, I remember I was very intrigued that he could learn music notes, and I always read the books and related to the rebels of the story, even though our Amish books that were approved they always came back to the Amish, but I always very much related to the rebel, and I think that's where the idea came from because of reading so much.
Yeah,
and
sure.
And again, it's, I don't know, I guess just because I want to do whatever opposite of what people say. So, but that's interesting. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad or good or whatever. I just wondered because that was my experience. I was just curious what was yours.
Right. And now here I am doing construction like a typical Amish.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought?
Yeah. I also wanted to be a boss and an owner in a construction company, and that happened by 22. So, but now it's time for the music. And so, do you have any what was your life like just leaving the Amish, like moving to Huntington, and did you miss your friends, or did you get depressed at all because of moving, or didn't that bother you much, missing your friends?
Honestly, I don't remember if it did or not.
For real?
I definitely miss my friends because I was very close to some of my cousins, especially the ones that lived right down the road, and would hang out with them a lot. So I'm sure I definitely missed them, but I don't remember if I got depressed about it or not. I made new friends up in Huntington pretty quickly. We met this family down the street. They were pretty conservative, plain people as well, and made friends with their son and a couple other boys, and had my new group of friends. But
So you never really think about it much. You don't even really care. You just do your thing. That's how you rolled about it when you were transitioning.
I guess I don't remember what my thoughts were, honestly.
Because it literally, it was the hardest thing.
Yeah,
for me.
you had like a lot of good friends. You had your group established from the youth group and all that.
But that's also me versus you. I'm
Sure,
way different from that perspective. But
yeah, I'm sure I thought about it and I missed them, but I honestly don't remember how that all worked.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you guys got into biking stuff then, right?
Yep.
What do you do?
Yeah, so John, my friend up there, he was into BMX biking and stuff, so I got one too. We would just ride around the neighborhood. There was a park right down the street. It was a chill little town right outside of Huntington, McConnellstown, PA.
Fucking love McConnell.
Good times right by Raystown Lake, a couple miles from there.
Yeah.
Super nice little town. They had a park right nearby our house, right down the road. So we'd go down there, do jumps on the sand piles and stuff, and then we'd just ride all around the neighborhood. There was an abandoned quarry down the street. We would go in there, no trespassing, but that's where a lot of people would go to have paintball fights. So it was all kinds of stuff in there. But we'd go in there, explore some caves, and go in places we shouldn't. And
I'm so excited that you were able to do, because I had some of that, but nothing. It was more work. That my experience at that age was work. That's so cool, because I think again, each person, however they went through life, makes them who they are. And you can use whatever. It just excites me to hear that, dude. I love that you went. I didn't realize you went to like play paint, or where people play paintball and no trespassing signs. And stuff. I always remember I was working and stuff. I was like, back then, you and I didn't really like each other. I mean, you were a little spritz. I'm like, screw him. He's a little dumbass.
Yeah.
But that's just how the Amish kind of are. The young people, they always make fun of the young kids till they grow up.
Yeah.
But always when I was working, I was always happy to see you guys finding friends right away, and really just in my heart, it just made me super happy that you guys were having a blast and exploring like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I definitely was stepped out of my comfort zone doing a lot of that stuff. John is the one who kind of led it, but it was great experience, good times. Yeah.
So how was it then moving? Because we lived there for like a year. How was it moving from there to down in Pennsylvania? From there to E-Town.
Yeah.
From McConnellstown to E-Town. McConnellstown is close to State College. Raystown Lake, about 2 hours away, is E-Town, and that's where we moved to on a farm. Like, did you get depressed then, or didn't you really care either?
I always like moving for some reason. I just like change. I don't like anything to stay the same too long. I like new things, so I was happy whenever we'd move. We moved a bunch in my lifetime. I moved probably 8 different addresses in my lifetime, and you probably about the same.
Yeah, because I had a couple houses too.
So yeah, I always enjoyed moving, but definitely again would miss my friends, because I made pretty good friends with them up there.
Right.
But I can't remember what my thoughts were, if I was sad or thought about them a lot or was depressed about it. I don't remember.
But you were right at the age before you were working much, like 13 or something, right? And you guys, like, I freaking love how you 3 brothers, you, Paul, and Steve, just really didn't let it bother you. Guys were your only friends, really. And,
we just kind of stuck to each other, because we were consistently around, and
we had a lot to do on the farm.
We made us stuff to do, like even in Huntington, we had in the basement, we had the whole basement, section of the basement where we set up our toys. We'd each have our own toys. We'd go buy something. We'd always go into Walmart. It was the greatest thing.
Nice.
Buy some new Matchbox cars, or a new toy set of some kind. We'd set up it wasn't just any old toy playing. We'd have businesses and farms. And we'd trade and make deals. And somehow I always ended up with the best toys and the best. I guess it was because
you were the leader of the group, right?
I guess I was the oldest brother or something, but I always ended up with the nicest toys, and we'd we trade and make deals and stuff. I ended up with the best deals and the best trades. And
Dude, that's
good times.
You are the oldest, but that's me looking at you. That's a natural gift you have is being a leader. So, yeah, definitely. That's for me too. I was the oldest of our group, and always just came natural for some reason.
Yeah, I feel that too for sure.
That's interesting, dude. Tell me more about what did you build and do. Tell me a little bit what you guys did outside when you moved. Then, like, what did you do outside by the farm?
Yeah, on the farm. More. It was nice being on a bigger, because in McConnellstown we were kind of in a small development with houses all around. We had a small backyard. But like I said, we had the park, so we had plenty to do outside. But farm, it was nice. We had
park. Where was the park?
Just right down the road, literally down the hill, bottom of the hill. Softball fields.
I see.
Playground.
Right or left out of the driveway?
So behind the house.
Oh, by the
you go
close to the.
There's a road.
There.
There's a road in the front of the house, and then there's a road that goes down beside our house too.
We're talking about the farm though, right?
No, Huntington.
Oh, Huntington. Oh, I thought we were talking about the farm. Yeah, the park. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the farm.
But then on the farm we had
the park was great. That was beautiful.
Right, it was good to have that way. We had stuff to do outside, but then on the farm we had a bigger property, so more stuff to do. Barns to explore, creek on the property again, woods, a little bit of woods, not much.
Creeks are amazing.
But we would do stuff, just entertain ourselves outside. We would out back at one time. I remember we had some kind of thing set up. We would have some kind of play world. I forget what it was. We each had a station and we would trade or do something. I remember we shot sparrows and butchered them. Someone had a butcher shop. I forget what it was, but shot sparrows and butchered them and pretended it was chicken, and we'd sell it at our grocery store.
Dude, I can't stomach that shit. You actually cut them up, dude. What?
Got the hearts and the stomachs out, just like chickens, dude. Same thing.
I can't butcher chickens either.
And we had our play world of some sort down there, trading and buying, and we had like flowers and sticks. I don't remember what all we did, but all kinds of stuff like that. And then in the barn, we had a little shop where we set up our own wood shop, made a nice workbench.
Nice.
I had a 12-volt battery that I set in the corner and wired up switches and lights and that cigarette lighter plugs and all kinds of fun stuff.
Very cool. A little birdie told me that I got this Walker Texas Ranger set, and you used to go to my room and steal them and watch them because it was a little too bad for you to watch or something.
I would find your DVDs wherever they were, and we had this little portable DVD player, this like big 10-inch screen,
little Christian DVD
little
player,
tiny thing that our family had. So I would take that and just take your DVDs, go up in the attic or something, and I would watch them, and I enjoyed it quite a bit, seeing all these people kick the bad guys and deal with their
Chuck Norris, son.
Chuck Norris and what's his name?
Oh, black guy. I don't know.
T something.
Yeah, Mr. T. I don't know. I think, cool guy, dude. I watched it again lately, and it's not good anymore.
No, it's gay,
not. But it was fun. It was
at the time.
First TV show I see people get shot and stuff.
Yeah.
Really cool. Cool
stuff at the time.
I felt guilty too for watching it in Huntington because it was too little on the edge. But
I remember you always had, not in Huntington, but on the farm. Then you always had, you had your you always were in your room. Mm-hmm. You were at that stage in life where you didn't want anything to do with us. You were always in your room in your free time, and you had your TV usually pretty loud and watching bad stuff. And sometimes I would go to your door and just listen or try to peek in the keyhole, see what you were doing. I was one nosy little fucker, dude. I swear.
That was me at that age too.
And I still am, but exact same especially thing. Then, I was such a nosy little fucker. I would, whenever you or Andrew weren't around, I would go in, go through everything in your room, see what all you had, and
it's such a thrill.
Peek in. Yeah,
I would do that to Jesse, dude.
I just want to know everything
I would fucking go in his room.
Older brothers were doing.
Yep. I know the feeling. I think it's an Amish kid thing, or maybe it's just a Beiler thing. I don't know.
Curious.
Yeah, very curious. Very, very. That is what it is. I'm so curious, dude. Interesting. That's great. by then it wasn't anymore, but like about a year into leaving, it's so weird. You're trying to see you want to be a Christian, you want to not be Amish. You have no clue because you're told the hell is bad when you drive. You go to hell when you drive a car. Then you watch somebody get killed. You're like, is that the sin or not?
Right.
And
each step you take outside the Amish, there's a new set of less rules or more rules or whatever.
So, but by the time we were in E-Town, I started drinking a little when I was 20 something.
Yeah.
And jacking off and shit. And you gotta start that around 20 is usually a good age. But so by then I was like, screw this, I'll watch whatever. So that's funny. I definitely thought you guys were gay little kids, but deep down I love that you guys played and were creative. That's a big thing.
Yeah, it was
fun.
Definitely a huge thing growing up the way we did. And even once we were not Amish and had TVs, just having each other find ways to keep ourselves entertained, we got very creative with it.
And I was probably jealous too because I never got that, but it's all good to me. That just drives me more to create the life I want, like actually do the things I want to do. So just makes me more motivated to do that now. So there's nothing wrong with creating a life that you want and just make it exactly how you want it. Like it's like creating your own game. Why not do it? Just make it exactly how you want it. Yeah. And so that's motivates me to do that. So it's all good. So talk a little bit about high school. Like I apparently you were pretty shy going into high school or like middle school sports, and you were homeschooled. But what was? Yeah,
so I was homeschooled, and somehow not sure where I got the idea, but I decided I wanted to play football. So
where did that come from?
13. I don't know. It was one thing that when I was a young kid, not Amish, but around that stage at Huntington, I guess I liked watching the Steelers and watching professional football. So even though I knew very little about it, a couple of us brothers got super into it, and
we would
play at home and stuff. And then
you guys played a lot then.
I thought I wanted to be a professional football player. I wanted to be a Steelers player. I got a jersey and everything, got a helmet and stuff. So I wanted to play football, and somehow we got figured out where I can go to play. I was 13, I think, when I started. Mm-hmm. My first year, didn't have much fun, didn't like it really. Just kind of figured out what it actually was, and I was playing lineman and stuff because I was one of the stronger kids and
Amish boy bloods.
Didn't know what I was doing at all. But I struggled to relate to the boys there because it was quite a shock to what I was used to in my little protected Mennonite home and church and friends and going out into the real world. Yeah. And it was quite different. They were just like people are, and I didn't really make friends. Didn't talk to some people sometimes, but it was kind of just my own person. And the coaches liked me because I was a good kid and worked hard and strong and stuff. But I didn't have much fun at all. Really, didn't think I wanted to do it again. But then by the time it came time to a year later for the next season, somehow I decided I wanted to do it again. Nice. And that year it was not at the boys club anymore. It was at the school program, middle school, my freshman year in high school. So the freshman team. And I had much better experience that year. Somehow I got a lot better at it. Just my second year, learned a lot, got way better. It was pretty good. And made a lot of friends and stuff. Even though I was still awkward and different, they loved me. And
how'd you make friends? You just eventually you got good at playing, though, so they just kind of started talking.
I mean, it was all just me. Like they never hated me. I don't think. I mean, they thought I was weird for sure, but it was all just in my head. I just took time, I guess, to get used to them, and eventually made some friends. Still wasn't one of the cool kids or whatever, but I made some friends, and wasn't as shy anymore. But
definitely a cult, dude. I can't imagine. I didn't even. For me, having that kind of culture shock, I never really had that abrupt, because if you're coming in from where you were Mennonite, innocent, 13.
All ex-Amish or Amish, still pretty much my relations at the time. And
that's
then
who you would hang out
straight
with.
Into real world.
And the football players, they're another bunch, dude. They're a wild bunch, dude. They listen to their rap music.
I remember they would always talk about like gay, just like we do now. gay things and girls and sex and everything, and I was just didn't know what they were talking about. I was like so confused, or like was like weirded out, but I don't know. It's funny,
dude. I know it was funny. I didn't know what fuck meant when I was 16.
Yeah,
and it's a bad word in the Amish. You don't say it around the girls, especially.
Terrible.
So then I said something about when we were in a van. There was like 16 passenger van. We went on one of our excursions. There was probably 5 guys, 5 girls, and I yelled out "fuck" to the girls when they were going out the door. And then one of my friends, Mel, goes, "Don't say that! Don't say that! That means this." I'm like, oh shit! I was so embarrassed.
Wait, when you were Amish, you said?
16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How'd you know the word? Where'd you learn that?
The gang. I mean, I didn't have no idea what it meant.
I see.
I don't know where, but
I remember too when that word came into my life. I had no idea what it meant or if it was bad or anything. You and Andrew started kind of using it when you started to hang out with like the Beiler boys and that group, and then it was just kind of a thing that we would use around the house sometimes, and I didn't really know it was bad until later. I kind of figured, and then I felt guilty for saying it, and so I tried to stop. And it was funny. I was like a good Christian boy.
Yeah. But the crazy thing is when he went like this, I still didn't really know what it meant, but I kind of had a slight clue.
Yeah.
But I just like, oh, that's the bad stuff you don't even think about.
That's
like
funny.
the women stuff with women that you don't even think about. So, but yeah, that's cool. So then you did homeschool. I guess you got to do football. Then you got really good. High school, I guess you got pretty good. Then you did some track and made some friends. But you were still kind of shy, I guess. But you really still were building some connections at least. And I think that's cool that you were able to jump in and
just the more I did it, just kept going. It just got less shy and made more friends, and it was a great experience. I'm very thankful that it happened, because otherwise who knows where I would be. But just that drastic change is what I needed, I guess. And then but I still tried to be, I was still a good Christian and stuff. I tried to be different from them, but still fit in some way.
Talk about how you started to become very, because you were usually quiet around. I don't know how you were around the football guys. Were you still a little more quiet, or did you?
I was definitely probably known as the shy kid, I would think. But not like always. I was kind of. Yeah, I was definitely kind of quiet.
You were definitely on the shy side.
Definitely kind of quiet, and
talk about how I remember, because you were just right before you started kind of hanging out with us, and talk about, to me it was fun to watch it, but you're this guy that very don't give a crap. You do whatever, and very you're not afraid to make yourself known and put yourself out there. So how'd you become? That's who you really are. So
right.
How'd you finally become who you are?
Yeah,
that way.
I'll get to that in a second. But one thing I just thought of is when I was in football, I definitely was. At first, I was very shy and stuff. But I was, at that point in my life, I was the kind of guy that once I got to know you, I would kind of open up more and just be myself.
Yeah.
So I remember the first time that happened with the football guys. We were at our camp where we would go for a couple of days and all just hang out and stay overnight, and then just kind of got to know the guys better, started opening up and being more talkative and being myself. And I remember they mentioned it. They're like, "Wow, you're quite different," or something. And I was like, so I just thought of that. But yeah, what you're talking about. So I didn't start drinking till I was 20.
Dude, same.
Close to 21, like 6 months out, and somehow, I'm not sure why, but you started inviting me to come hang out with you.
I wonder why. I don't know why, dude.
You and your small group of friends that would come jam out in the basement, and started coming here every now and then, whenever you would hang out and drink with you guys and get drunk and a little rowdy. And whenever I got drunk, I would get rowdy and dance around to the music and stuff. And then one time you and Aaron were out at Tellus and brought back 2 strange boys.
Were you out at Tellus?
With drugs. I was too young, but I was here. And then you guys came back, brought 2 strange boys with drugs. And I was here drunk, and and dancing around, and then not sure how we got into it, but they said that I should not just depend on alcohol to act this way, that I can do it without. And apparently that hit my brain a certain way. Thought about it, and then I mean, it wasn't instant or anything, but definitely thought about it. It was like, yeah, you're right. I'm just, it's more fun to be looser, and yeah.
I know it's definitely an inspiration for me to watch you open up, because that for me too. You're definitely even if you get open up, but even as an Amish, it's wired into you never to open too much, never go too far.
Yeah.
So it's
I would say just in general that time, and then even though alcohol can be very bad, but for me it was a tool that helped me just to let me see who I was actually supposed to be. Like when I was drunk, I was just free to be myself, and that just let me see that I'm just better and more fun when I'm myself. And not that I need alcohol to be that way, but it just showed me how I can be, and now I can be that way whenever I want.
Dude, I think you said something about, for some reason I invited you over. I think, we weren't very close at the time.
Right.
And for some reason, I always love giving people a chance and see if it's for them. Andrew, we gave him, it wasn't really for Andrew, right?
Mm-hmm.
This vibe, and you always just want to give people a chance, see if they click, see if they don't.
Right.
Not a big deal either way, but it turns out for some reason you clicked really well with it, and here we are doing some crazy stuff. So now you're yawning like a effer, dude. 7:30, is that your bedtime?
Not quite.
So we'll wrap it up soon. Just little going into what we're doing now and what we want to do, because I'm super glad we're Andrew and I were always close growing up,
right?
And you and Andrew were closer because of sports,
yeah.
And I was always just kind of like my own man, and Andrew and I weren't very close then anymore as much, but you and I connected a lot on just live music,
right?
Having events, hanging out with
music is definitely what got us connected. Like I said, we were never really close until later in life. But music, then once you started doing music, I would hang out, come help you set up and stuff, and our love for music just kind of connected us, I would say, and that led into other things. But.
Yeah, definitely. And then we would start doing some freestyle raps. We would, hang out, drink, do other stuff, and it just kind of. Now I'm excited now, because now we actually are doing full-blown events that are literally memorable events that will stick in people's minds.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just less than a year ago, when we opened the basement for the first time, opened our new setup. What was that, like April, maybe May?
Dude, I remember
springtime, right?
When we opened the whole thing.
When the first party we had with the new setup, like grand opening.
Well, it was June or something, probably.
Yeah.
Because I remember we were in Nashville right now. Last year we were in Nashville. Today we would have been driving through the woods.
Yeah.
So I remember planning it and putting the concept of how about putting the drums right there.
Right.
Doing everything.
We started it in the winter, but we never actually got it done and had our first event until was it spring or was it summer?
We did have some events when it was halfway
but not
done.
like
official. It was the end of spring, beginning of summer.
Our first official one was
probably 6 months ago at least,
where it was actually close to done, and all the musicians were here. It was
it was probably May or June.
Great party. We had 20, 30, 40 people. I don't know, but no girls, all guys.
40 people, 40 guys.
Good times, and now here we are. Just this weekend, we had a exclusive party where we literally had to keep it very quiet, tell people they can't invite anyone, it's invite only. We had like 40 of our friends show up and dressed up very nicely, and all had a great time. It was like great ratio of 3 to 1 girls or 2 to 1.
Yep. Sorry, girls.
Probably 2 to 1 girls, more girls than guys. It's crazy.
I felt we'll even it out, but I think people had fun. I do think some of the girls would have been happy with more guys.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. But dude, it's crazy. Like literally, I loved how people took ownership of the night and dressed up, and the guys were dressed real nice with suspenders and bow ties, and the girls were snazzy in their dresses. Like it made my fucking year, dude.
Loved it.
And so that's the kind of stuff we're doing now, and I love it. Like that's doing events, I think, is where we working together click real well.
Yeah.
And it's just getting started, and I would love to see you be a performer too, and maybe DJ. So we can both, we're kind of like Dave Portnoy, where we run the business or the entertainment.
Right.
And I think to me, that's the only way I'll scratch my itch.
Yeah, for sure.
If I can do both. So, but yeah, I'm excited for what we're doing. Like what are you most excited about what we're going to be doing in next year and stuff?
2020, good question. 2021, yeah. I'm excited for continuing to meet new people and just build relationships and make some bomb videos, have good experiences coming up with cool video ideas, making some good videos, podcasting, get more into the podcast that I'm kind of working on with you and Kyle, see where that goes, and getting into DJing and stuff. The parties, definitely, I think that can be exciting. Right now I'm kind of not super excited about that just because of what happened 2 weeks ago, but I think if we plan everything correctly, and we can have some fun with that as well.
Yeah. And we're going to start charging and make it an actual,
make some money on
it. We're going to make it an exclusive experience for people. Basically take what happened 2 weeks ago with this week and put them together and make it an exclusive. So yeah, I'm super pumped, but yeah, man, working hard is good. I know it sucks. I've been where you are. About 5 years ago, was working construction full time and wanting to pursue the dream. It is tough, but I literally said screw it, and I just did it. And now I'm at the point where and again, I need different phases for me to learn what I need to learn. And 2020 was what I needed, but 2021 is the year of action, dude. And I'm saying screw it, and I'm jumping head first all the way in. And excited to see what happens and see what you get up to, what you do as well. So
I'm excited to see what happens too.
Yeah, I think if to me the only thing you can see is results of what you do.
Exactly.
And if the results of us working together are any proof that we should keep going, dude, it's just getting started. So so let's keep it going. And
yes, sir.
Dude, I'm excited to have a lot of new people come and join our world.
Yeah,
and
man.
I love meeting people, building community.
Exactly.
Just on my last podcast, I said something about we had community growing up Amish, but I felt like always there's something missing. What if we can do it better and create an environment that, with everybody's help, everybody just helping in, making this, and it's not us, it's just everybody making this a loving environment that loves freedom. Yeah. And that to me simplifies it down to what I think Why the Hell Not is, why we do it, why, people, the world's changing. And we're right on the edge of the future, and we can actually, I think we're right on that edge where we can actually help direct the future a little bit. So let's fucking do it, bud.
Yeah, dude.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Check out this motherfucker on social media. Do you have anything you want to plug? Or
Instagram at Amos Beiler. Give it a follow if you think my pictures are cool. If not, then don't. Either way.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And we have Why the Hell Not YouTube, but Amos is
check out.
in charge of editing. So it's Why the Hell Not WTHN TV on YouTube.
Yep.
It's been doing some bomb videos.
WTHN Official on Instagram. Follow that. We do some posting there. A little bit here and there. Keep you updated on our videos and what's going on with that and all that for sure.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Beautiful. Well, peace.